Hello and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie and this is going to be your weekly reading for whenever you see this video. From now on, all my weeklies are timeless, so whenever you come across it, whenever you feel compelled to watch it, that's probably when it's right for you. Quick disclaimers, this is a general reading and cannot possibly resonate with everyone, so please take what does resonate, leave what does not, and if none of it resonates, that's okay, this one might not be for you. You can check out one of the readings for one of your other signs, your moon sign, rising sign, or you can go check out some of the many beautiful, brilliant, talented readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor, lawyer, physician, therapist, counselor, financial expert, etc. I'm just a girl with a passion for the tarot, and anything that I say, resembling advice, is based solely on my own opinions, my own knowledge and experiences, my interpretations of the cards, and any little bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively throughout the reading. If you do enjoy this, if it resonates, and you'd like to see more, please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload videos in the future. And if you have any suggestions for types of readings you'd like to see, themed readings, pick-a-cards, anything like that, leave it in the comments. I would love to see your suggestions and implement them in future videos. So, with all that out of the way, we'll go ahead and we'll get started with our theme cards for this week for you guys, and there are a few because they were jumping out left and right for you guys, so we'll see what's going on with that. But we're starting out with Justice, okay? And on the card it says, find your balance and fulfill your karma. Fairness, dignity, and integrity. You will receive what you deserve. So there may be a situation in your life that's balancing out this week. If you were wronged or you wronged somebody else in some way, that will be corrected or atoned for. Fingers crossed. You could be involved with a court case, something like that, that works out either in your favor or in a way that is right and fair. I'll put it that way. So we'll come back to that. Let's see what else we got. Next we have, for our archetype cards, I usually take one, but we have two. We have God, and it says light attributes, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And then shadow attributes, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. And that's my little one. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. The next archetype card that we have for you guys is Athlete. Very interesting. Light attributes, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Shadow attributes, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. What a combo. I know that's not very insightful. I want to get through the rest of these before I start to speak on those. So next we have the Ocean, okay? And this is going to be all about everything that lies beneath the surface of you, personally, internally, your subconscious, your unconscious, the emotions that you keep kind of hidden or buried. It could also be actually, this could also be referring to your intuition as well. If you have a very strong intuition and your intuition may be trying to communicate a message to you at this time regarding something that's going on in your life, probably whatever the Justice card is about. But really, when I see the Ocean card, it's usually about stuff coming up from deep down inside of yourself, or having to dive in to your subconscious, to the deep emotions, memories, experiences, traumas that you experienced in the past, but that continue to have an effect on you now because you hold on to it. So for one reason or another, and actually, yeah, because we have the Mirror as well, so for one reason or another, you're spending a lot of time reflecting right now, or in the very near future. Whatever's going on in your life right now, it's really causing you to stop and take notice of your motivations, the emotions that lie beneath your actions and your belief system. Perhaps it's your belief systems that you are analyzing at this time, trying to figure out, well, I don't know what yet, but we'll figure that out. We'll figure it all out. Next we have Here and Now. So this is about being present, being in the present moment. worrying about the present moment as opposed to worrying about the past or the future. Not to say that you shouldn't have a plan and you shouldn't like think forward. However, you're being called to focus on the present moment. And the next card we have is Poised, which is really interesting because this kind of takes me back to the Athlete card. Like, poised and ready for something to occur or to complete some kind of task that may be difficult. It could be physically difficult. You may actually be an athlete. And this reading could revolve around that aspect of your life. But I'm also, an athlete is someone who trains really hard and really dedicates their life, devotes themselves to their sport, their practice, whatever it is that they do. So this could be about that as well, like really focusing on all of your attention on one goal that you want to achieve, or a skill that you want to get better at. Okay, it's about, just from what I'm looking at here, this could really be about you, I guess, finding your thing, whatever thing you love to do. Something that challenges you, something that you find a lot of value and meaning in, and really focusing all of your energy on that and working hard to build that skill, to achieve bigger and bigger things through that hard work. I hope that made sense. We'll come back to it though. The next card, last theme card that we've got is Speed, and it says movement. It's in very little letters there. So this can indicate that things are moving very quickly for you right now. The stuff going on in your life right now, it's picking up momentum. Things are happening. It could be a little bit chaotic, but this could also have to do, because I see poise and I see speed. We have athlete, and an athlete is very fine-tuned and accurate and precise in their movements if they're good at what they do. So there's something here about perfecting a skill. So you're being called to focus on the present moment, which tells me that it's likely that you're getting caught up in stuff from the past, or there's something within you that's holding you back from moving forward, from keeping up with this quick pace that life is taking at this time. And so that's why you're being called to reflect on your motivations, like your deeper motivations, what really drives you forward towards this goal. Okay. You may even find that you're having a difficult time being motivated right now. And then we go back to God for a second. And this is really about, well, God and justice are both about fairness, compassion, doing the right thing. Okay. And this could just be indicating that Spirit or God or whatever you want to call it is taking a very active role in your life right now to help bring balance back into your life. You could also be called to devote more time to your faith. Actually, that does make a lot of sense. That you would be more devoted to your spiritual practice in order to kind of get balanced internally in terms of your thoughts and your emotions and your belief system. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a couple astro cards to get any outside energies that may be affecting you guys this week, either affecting you or affecting your situation or influencing things in any way that would be significant and relevant. So let's see what else we got. What do we have for Leo this week? All right, so we've got the first house, the house of self, physical body, outlook, self-image, life philosophy, consciousness, opinions. So this could be you guys really taking time to better yourself as well. The athlete card could be referring to taking care of your body. Perhaps you're working out or just trying to make yourself healthier. And then the mirror and the ocean could come in to represent the part of self-healing that is coping with and processing, dealing with the past, dealing with anything that you've buried within yourself that needs to be dealt with, okay? Bringing yourself into balance physically, mentally, and emotionally. This seems to be the focus here. I'm going to pull one more astro card for you guys. Anything else important? Outside energies influencing you or your situation, or other people involved in your situation if there's other people involved. So we have, and I hate this word because I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna try. qUNzNZ. Sure. Complexity. Irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts, clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts. Okay. Transforms is also on there as well. So self-transformation here. There could be something coming up into your life right now that's making you uncomfortable in some way, challenging you in some way that you don't particularly like. But it is for the purpose of creating a change in you that makes you better, that makes your life better, that gives you a more well-rounded perspective of yourself and the world around you, as well as your place in that world, right? I'm going to pull one more from this deck, actually. Whenever I get one of those aspect cards, I always want to perfect the triangle. 3 cards. Who knows if that made sense? Let's see, what else we have? Okay, we got Mercury, communication, words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning, trade, ideas, awareness, and perception. So this could have to do with communication, your ability to communicate with other people. But I really see this more about reforming the way you think, reforming your perspective, gaining a healthier perspective, again, of yourself and of the world around you. And if there is a lot of work for you that needs to be done on your personal health, physical, mental, on and on, then it all comes in the same basket. When you're working on yourself and you're getting, you're processing anything that you're holding on to from the past that holds you back, any negativity that you hold within yourself, you're working on that, you're processing that. And then alongside that, you're also working on your health. And through this process, it's like you learn how to love yourself a lot better than maybe you did before. And you really start taking care of yourself and paying attention to the things that you do, your habits, and the way that you think, because it all boils down to the way that you think. And so this just seems like a big time of personal transformation for you that is positive, even if some of the things I just said weren't positive sounding. This is a positive process. And with the Mercury, communication is really, I think, all about our relationships with others. Because what is the point of communication if there's no one else to communicate with, right? So there could be a relationship involved in this, or there may just be elements of all of the relationships that you're a part of that are bettered by this personal transformation, if that makes sense. So I think a better way to say that would be to say that you will see positive results within your close relationships as you go through this self-healing process. And any relationship that you have where your healing is not appreciated, it's probably not a good relationship. So I stand by that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards now to see what else we've got going on. I'll pull 3 and then I will clarify each one for a little more depth. And then we'll go through some oracle cards for any additional insight and advice from Spirit for you guys. For Leo. I'm really just droning on now while I shuffle because dead air is awkward. But if you get tired of hearing me shuffle, you can just skip forward until you see another card on the table because I take jumpers, so we could be here for a minute. Never mind. Here's one. We have the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Oh, there we go. Emperor in reverse. So this could be a person in your life, or this could be referring to a lack of structure. So if this is representative of a person in your life, then this is going to be somebody who may be on a bit of a power trip, or somebody who is very cold and calculated and puts themselves above others in a sense, okay? Because the Emperor upright is very compassionate and understanding, and he's stern and he's tough, but he also has like a certain amount of love and respect for his position of power. So when the Emperor is in reverse like that, then this could be referring to somebody who does not fully respect the implications of their position of power. This could be a shitty boss. This could be someone that you see as a father figure, or just someone who has some kind of power and influence over you in your life. But we'll get more cards on the table before I commit to that, because that could just be referring to a lack of structure in your life, a need to implement better, healthier routines, which makes sense with the self-transformation, big part of that, creating healthier habits. Let's see what else we've got. Alright, so we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and so this is going to be disharmony in the financial situation. Okay, so this could have to do with, again, like money, the material stuff. It could be an imbalance in a relationship as well, where you're giving too much of yourself away to somebody else and you're not seeing a return, like it's not a reciprocated relationship. So if you find yourself in a relationship where you feel like you're being used, that very well could be what this is referring to here. Okay, let's see what else we've got for Leo. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. It did come out upright, so this is good news, right? The Wheel of Luck, it's turning, most likely in your favor. This card could also be coming out to remind you that certain things going on in your life right now, certain events taking place, are outside of your control. And that could be why we have the God card out as well. That Spirit really is turning that wheel for you to help move you along on your path. So when I see the Wheel of Fortune card come out, I kind of think of go with the flow, right? Roll with the punches, tuck and roll until you get to a point where you can be in full control of your own situation. So now I'm going to clarify each of those three cards with more cards. First, starting with that Emperor in reverse, I'm very curious to see what that is about, if this is a person in your life. This is one of those readings that could easily be read in two different ways. This can be totally about you and your self-help journey. And this could also be for someone who is in a negative situation or in an unhealthy relationship, who through self-help and self-betterment, and with the help of Spirit, putting things in motion, kind of gets you out of that bad relationship. Let's see what we've got. Emperor in reverse. So with the Emperor in reverse, we have Justice. This is the second time we've gotten Justice in this reading, so this is very significant. Alright, so you could definitely be dealing with somebody here represented by this Emperor, this imbalanced Emperor energy, who possibly has had a negative effect on your life through their actions. Probably somebody who holds some sort of power over you, either in the workplace or just in a personal relationship, okay? But with the Justice card coming out upright underneath, then it tells me that your dealings with this person are going to be brought back into balance in one way or another. Like, they're probably, if someone's fucked you over, then they're most likely going to have to be held accountable for those actions. Either that, or there's some way that, you know, makes things right again for you so that you can move forward without, you know, incurring any more damage or having any more problems with this individual. Okay. It could also be something as simple as the truth coming out. If you're dealing with somebody, who has like a reputation, I guess, because the Emperor it's a popular character, right? So you could be dealing with somebody who has a lot of attention, a lot of, holy crap, I can't think of the word. Anyway, you could be dealing with someone who's really popular, who's, you know, doing one thing to you, but acting like somebody else to everybody else. And that might be revealed here very soon, their wrongdoings towards you and others, probably. So keep that in mind. Actually, you know what? I'm going to clarify that one more time. That's not enough for me. What else? Clarify. The Emperor reverse and Justice, please. It's almost like, however that situation resolves for you, it kind of like gives you a little bit more faith in humanity. Okay, Page of Cups being a bit of a romantic character, somebody with a big imagination, somebody who is still in the process of like learning their emotions and still learning how to like tune into your intuition. So it could represent you as well, that Page of Cups. Pages also can bring messages of some kind as well. So there could be some message that you may receive regarding a relationship that you're in, or from someone that you're in a relationship with, that kind of makes this situation right, okay, that brings that justice in. So maybe you're receiving an apology. Some of you guys may receive an apology and you know, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I cannot think. Are any of you guys having trouble thinking? Because I was thinking just fine before I started this reading. But yeah, so some of you guys may be receiving an apology from somebody who wronged you in the past. And whatever you decide to do with that apology is totally up to you and based on your personal situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and clarify that Six of Pentacles now. Move forward. We have the Star. Okay. So it's possible that you may be receiving help of some kind. It could be financial. The Star is all about, you know, like having hope, and, you know, a star can also be referring to spiritual guidance as well, or like divine guidance. So you may be receiving a lot of divine guidance in terms of a relationship where you may be used. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the relationship between the Six of Pentacles and the Star card to get a little more depth on that. So we have the Four of Cups coming out with, Four of Cups to represent the relationship between the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Star. So some of you guys may benefit from taking time to yourself to reflect on your situation, your financial situation as well, everything really, just to reflect on your life, but specifically, well, either your financial situation or your relationships, especially if any of those relationships affect your financial situation. But taking time to reflect on that, which we've already talked about with the Mirror and the Ocean, to find a way to bring your material life back into harmony. Okay, because that's really the issue here, is that somehow your money, your resources, your job perhaps is in imbalance. And this is having an effect on you, but it's also having an effect on your productivity as well. And actually, there's also an element here, right? Because the Four of Cups can sometimes be referring to like ignoring an offer that's coming into you, or not taking something that is offered to you, and choosing instead to stick with what you've got going on. So you may be receiving an offer of some kind, and you're really looking deep into your intuition to decide whether or not that offer is going to be good for you, whether or not it's going to be fair for you, because fairness is a big theme in this reading as well. So we'll see what else I can get on that situation when I move on to the Oracle cards. But I'm just going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune real quick first, and then we'll move on to the next deck. Let's see, Wheel of Fortune. So I've got the Page of Pentacles coming out with that Wheel of Fortune. So this is some kind of learning experience for you. This is some kind of opportunity that you're going to have, that Spirit is setting up for you to practice your craft. Or perhaps it could be, this could be a new job as well. Usually the Ace of Pentacles is a new job, but you could be starting something new or learning a new skill. The Page of Pentacles to me is like an intern, okay? But hopefully you're actually getting paid. This could be representing you, though, as somebody who is new to a job, new to a certain field, learning the trade, learning the tricks, getting better at what you do as well. So that coming out underneath the Wheel of Fortune kind of tells me that whatever it is that you're going through work-wise, or in terms of your trade or your craft, your skill set, whatever makes you money, that you are, it's a learning process, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, the lesson here is to get better at what you do. Graduating from, like, the student phase. Oh, so you could be a student, actually. You could be a student. You could be graduating into semester. That is a possibility. Yeah, I guess I'm going to clarify that as well. Okay, and then we have the King of Cups, okay, who is like the king of Zen, the king of chill. King of Cups is very centered. It's all about having a clear understanding of your emotions, and being okay with how you feel and how things are in your life. And I think it's also about being able to maintain a certain level of composure and calm, even if there is a lot of chaos or hardship occurring around you. Just being able, and that makes sense with the Poised card as well, that you're just maintaining your composure and figuring out, or letting the situation play out around you, and using the time to reflect instead of taking any kind of premature action that could work against you in the future. So I think that you are definitely being called to stop, pause, wait, and let the situation develop a little bit more before making any big moves externally. Most of the work that you're going to be doing, most of your focus is going to be on the internal stuff. Emotional healing, mental healing, healing your physical body. And there's also, with the first house card, there's also an element here of really reflecting on what you want to do and what direction you want to move in after this point. Okay, especially when we have the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And even the Star card, this could represent somebody who is changing a job or a career path, or changing what they want to do for money. Some of you guys may also be taking this time to work for yourself, or choosing to work for yourself as opposed to working for somebody else, especially if that Emperor reverse is referring to like a really bad boss or something of that nature. Some of you guys could be thinking about working for yourself, starting your own business, something like that. And that could be why we have the Star here. And that would be very, I would think that everything coming up until this point has been preparing you to make such a decision, and that's why the Wheel of Fortune is coming out, as well as the God card again, and the athlete, somebody who trains very hard to be successful at their craft, at their trade, whatever it is that they specialize in. you know, and then on top of that, being able to put yourself out there and show off your skills, you know, really show what you can do. I think a lot of people are going to appreciate that. And you will potentially, let's say you are starting your own business, then this would be representative of you being able to bring in new clientele, because people know what you can do, okay? Because you've shown your worth and your value through your hard work and your dedication. And so yeah, that's basically what I've got on that topic. I'm gonna switch to a different card deck, get a little more, any extra clarification on the tarot cards before we move on to advice from Spirit. Anything else? Maybe about this, so we have Isis, okay, mothering. This takes me back to what we were talking about earlier when it comes to self-care. All right, maybe you need to mother yourself a little bit. Let's see what else we've got. So we have manipulation. All right, so this could very well go along with that Emperor in reversed energy. Some of you guys may be dealing with someone who is very manipulative. And if that's the case, especially with this Four of Cups, you know, rejecting an offer or pulling away emotionally from somebody, it could be because you're being manipulated or you are being used, which could also be why that Six of Pentacles is in reverse. So for some of you guys, you're definitely going to want to focus on taking care of yourself, taking care of your own needs, and potentially cutting off anyone who, you know, takes a lot from you or drains you and, you know, does not reciprocate, does not hold up their end of a relationship, basically. Especially if it's someone who just uses you for money, you're definitely going to want to cut that off and start looking towards a future where you are making sure that you're taken care of, making sure that you have what you need, because it's when you are good, it's when you're taken care of that you can turn around and, you know, give generosity to others. But it seems like you're really out of balance because you're giving all of yourself away to somebody else, someone who doesn't deserve it, someone who doesn't appreciate it, and someone who does not intend to stop taking from you anytime soon. So some of you guys are going to really have to put your foot down. And then the mirror in the ocean could be referring to, like, you know, looking deep within yourself, figuring out, you know, how you got into that pattern to begin with, and, you know, coming to realize that you deserve better and putting an end to that kind of manipulative pattern. Let's see, we'll get one more card for you guys from this deck. All right, we have Skeletons Out of the Closet, Honesty. Okay. So this is coming out above the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So I think that this is really about you being honest with yourself about whether or not you're happy in your situation. Okay, whether or not you're doing what you really want to do. And then, well, changing things so that you are doing what you want to do. Okay, a lot of this is going to be about finding balance, but also finding happiness in your life. But I think that also with the Justice cards, we got Justice on the table twice. And so there could be some secrets coming out. Okay, or some news coming out about probably this this Emperor character, whoever it is that's manipulating you, whoever it is that is bringing that imbalance or injustice into your life. You know, there could be a lot of truths coming out in the near future about them, about that situation. It could be truths that you already know about, or it could be something that you don't know about that comes out and gives you a more realistic understanding of the situation that you're in. And this could also, because it's coming out with the Wheel of Fortune, then, you know, this could be just the thing that you need to hear to, you know, for you to allow yourself to turn away from something that is affecting you negatively. Okay, nail in the coffin, so to speak. Alrighty, I'm going to pull a card from the LQ Oracle, and this is just going to be a card that represents you, where you're at, or where you're headed at this time. Okay, we have Iris, she who changes. Okay, what have I been saying from the very beginning? Transformation, change. This is a time of major transformation within you. And I think that the point of this transformation is for you to have a lot more love and respect for yourself, okay? Making sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're getting what you need and that you're being treated the way that you deserve to be treated, which is very good, obviously. Alright, what else do we have here? Now I'm just asking for any extra insight or advice from Spirit on how you can best move forward from this point. So we have Pillar. Okay, so this is about standing strong. This is about your personal foundation internally within yourself. This is about, you know, finding strength within yourself instead of looking for it outside of yourself, which is very reminiscent of the athlete card. Athlete, you know, we imagine an athlete being very strong, very capable, very independent, which is what you are, but it's also something within yourself that you're going to be strengthening through this transformation, through this process. Okay, and Pillar and Poised are also, actually, there's a pillar in the Poised card, so there's some imagery there for you. I think just, you know, recognizing your strengths and your positive qualities that perhaps you didn't really recognize in yourself before, okay? And then empowering yourself to do better for yourself. Alrighty, so let's see what else we've got. I'm just going to pull 3 more cards for you guys. Okay, we have Take Measure. It says, assess all options, plan carefully to attain your goal. So this says a lot about, you know, reflecting, again, on who you are, where you are, what needs to change, what can be done better, and how to move forward in the future. And I think that this is also just kind of coming out to emphasize the point that you need to really put a lot of thought into where you go from here moving forward, not turning back to old habits, not doing things the same way that you have been up until this point, because the whole idea here is to make those changes to your routines, to the structures that you have in place in your life right now, to bring about those positive changes. Not continuing business as usual, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Alright, so we got 2 more decks, my little decks. And if you guys are interested in the cards that I use in my reading, I will put them in the description. Okay, so we have Cycle. Okay, so this could be referencing the end of a cycle, the end of an old cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. Oh, and then we have Transformation. Okay, getting a little repetitive, which is what we like. We like repetitive readings because it confirms the messages that are coming through. Okay, I'm going to ask this next deck, our last deck, for some clarification on that Cycle card. What about the cycle? Maybe this is about breaking old cycles, right? Okay, we've got Vulnerability. Okay, there's strength in vulnerability, always. Opening yourself up, opening up your heart, and that goes back to the mirror and the ocean, okay? It's very vulnerable to do that hard internal work. It makes you vulnerable to open yourself up emotionally, which there is an element of that here, but I think there's an element too to that card where you are, because his heart's in his hand, he's giving his heart to somebody else, and that's what makes him vulnerable. So there's an implication here about who you give your heart to in your life. You know, and choosing people, choosing relationships that are going to recognize and appreciate that vulnerability when you open yourself up to somebody else. So if you're dealing with someone who's manipulative, or you're in a bad relationship, if this is about you getting out of that relationship, then it's also about you learning, you know, or not learning, but you not hardening your heart through this process, but instead opening up even more and being comfortable in your own vulnerability, to bring in more healthy, positive relationships with people who can be equally vulnerable with you, where you can have a balanced relationship, where everybody's treating each other the right way. I wonder if I just over-explained that. Like, way over-explained that. Get one more card from this deck and then we'll call it good. And we've got the Clover, good fortune. Alright, good fortune. And Wheel of Fortune upright is also about good fortune. So I'm really grateful that that is the last card that came out. We can leave this on a positive note. Things are going to be okay. Things are getting a lot better for you guys. Even if you can't see it right now, it's right around the corner. Just to tie this giant mess of cards together for you guys, Spirit is guiding you to take care of yourself at this time. Okay, and participating in your faith may be an element of that as well, but overall, at this point in time, at least for this week, whenever you see this video, you are being called to focus on yourself, making sure that you have everything that you need, making sure that you are taken care of, making sure that you're being treated right, making sure that you're treating yourself right, processing any old baggage that needs to be released, removing yourself from any relationships that are actively hurting you, and just focusing on your own self-healing, your own betterment. That's what you need to be focusing on this week. Not somebody else, not somebody else's problems. You know, really kind of like conserving your energy and your resources and saving them for yourself to make sure that you're taken care of first, because for some of you guys that's definitely an issue where you're overextending yourself for somebody else and it's not appreciated. And some of you guys might start working for yourself here soon as well. That was something else that came up. So thank you guys very much for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. If it resonated, if you enjoyed it, if you made it this far, please remember to like this video, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Comment if you have any comments, or if this resonated and you care to share. Leave that in a comment too. I love to hear from people. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.